What's up, YouTube? This is a little quick video that I'm doing here for my RC brother, Pro King. I'm gonna start off first by saying I am not an expert. This is just some tips that I got from people, through YouTube, through work. And this is just how I solder battery connectors. You don't want to try to solder like little, circuit boards and stuff with this technique. But first thing about solder likes to run to heat. So first you want to tin your pieces. And tinning is just applying solder to each piece that you want to connect. But like I said, solder likes to run to heat. So first, in your tip, first you just try to heat the piece up. So just let the soldering iron sit on it for a little, decent minute. See how the solder is sucking through the wire? Then I go under it. Do the same thing. Yeah. I hope all this is coming up in the video because I'm focusing on the wire. But alright. So now you got your wire nice and set up. Now you should be able to handle the wire. It's hot, but not extremely hot. You should be able to touch it. You want to see, so that you're not transferring all the heat down there. So you don't want to keep the soldering iron on there forever. But pause for a second, YouTube. Okay, YouTube. Now you got your wire all prepped up. When you're soldering, you want to make sure that your solder looks shiny. And it's not dull. If it's dull, it's what's called, I believe, a cold solder. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so if anything's wrong, please correct me in the comments. But as long as your solder looks shiny, it should be good. Alright, so here comes my little technique. Now what I do, I got this little micro torch from Harbor Freight. But I guess you could pick this up from anywhere, any hardware store, anything like that. And like I said, solder likes to run to heat. So I hit the connector up. See that? That's overkill, but as it's hot, don't let it cool too much. I might tap it up a little bit more, and then I just stick the end in, hold it still, a couple seconds, and just let it go. Like I said, if you don't have a torch like this, you can still just take your soldering iron and heat up the connector. Let it sit there and get hot. Wait until when you see the solder runs away from the soldering iron and it starts going to the connector. Then you know the connector is hot enough for the solder. And that's it. So like I said, it's the same. You get the same result. I just like to use the torch, and as I use the torch, once it's still hot, I just take the wire and stick it in. Okay, YouTube, now we got the connectors soldered up. I want to do a little destruction test, or see how much force does it take to get the connector away from the wire. Now, before I shot the video, I soldered this one with the same technique and did a little test so I wouldn't look stupid in the video. But it is, ripping it apart. But this, I had these vice grips on here going crazy. So basically, that technique, if you pull on it, no problem. If you want to swing it by it, you know what I'm saying? I want to crack myself in the head, but this connector will not come off. Hold up, let me get this phone, man. Okay, YouTube, so we went over the technique, we did a little destructive testing, and now I want to go over the supplies. When it comes to soldering, you want to make sure you're using good solder. The solder that was recommended to me was a 6040 rosin core solder. Currently I'm using a 5644. I don't know if that's gonna show up or whatever, but yeah, you gotta look on YouTube. I forgot what's the reason why those are well, that's the best solder to use for electronics, but it's on Google or whatever. If I have time to look it up, I'll throw it into this video. The other thing is making sure that you have a soldering iron that can handle the heat. I think Pro King was saying his soldering iron was at 480 degrees. I'm not sure if that was Fahrenheit or Celsius. If it was Fahrenheit, he's in a little trouble with it. It's really not getting up to the proper temperature to solder. If it's Celsius, he's in the range, but normally you'll get a soldering iron that could go a little higher than that. In this video, I'll have some links in the descriptions where you could pick up some solder or a recommendation for a soldering iron. So I hope this video was helpful. This is Keith from WTF-RC videos, and I'm out.